Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've made it. Our last series of the day here for Dota Pit League, season number 3. It's Team Tinker versus ASUS Polar in a 2-game series already underway in the draft. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you were with us for the last series, I highly recommend you check out the VOD. Hellraisers versus Secret. That 2-game series was absolutely outstanding. Some fantastic play from both sides. And with that, Group B starts off with every single team going 1-1. We wouldn't have it any other way. Well, we have a Group A match between Team Tinker and ASUS Polar on our hands. We'll see what we can get here with this series. Again, my name is Mott. Joining me today, our Statsman Mott Packs, of course, Pitmuckle, our production manager, and as always, Trelf. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Should be a lot of fun to watch. I haven't seen ASUS myself, like personally, play for a while, but when I did watch them, they performed very nicely, dating back to D2L finals when they took second, which was very surprising for most players. They weren't even supposed to be there in the finals. But they've been playing pretty well with this roster. They've finally got stable now in the last 2 months.
Yeah, they going back to the Virtus Pro Polar squad back at it's the same players obviously, but back at Dota Pit like you talked about D2L last season. So these guys they've played really well. They were in the grand finals, I believe, alongside Secret in the first Dota Pit, but they're looking to start off with a strong foot. And Team Tinker, a team of some people that have been around for a while and other people that are just now joining the scene. They have a couple of stand-ins, of which I'm not sure of a couple of the names here. We have Quakefa, obviously. Pink Panda is way too, I know for sure. Jirax, obviously. But Flo and Sorrow are not really...
Flo is Bulba.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure why he changed his name, but...
Yeah, I don't know. He's had that name for like a couple of weeks now or something. Weirdo. But I think Sorrow is Corey, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Corey, if you remember Team Zephyr. When he was playing with them for a while.
He played with you guys in Stay Free, didn't he?
Yep, he was with us in Stay Free.
Yep.
And then went to Team Zephyr, and then hasn't really found a footing after that. So maybe this is his opportunity.
So
but I remember when we were talking about when Team Tinker, I'm always going to say that because it's up there, but they were, I thought, going to play with Pat Soul. And yes. I don't know if he couldn't make it today, or if they're just trying out someone else, but... yeah, we'll see. They've been kind of struggling with roster issues for the last few months, so we'll see if they can find something more stable now.
I've heard different reports, honestly, of different players coming to the team. The fact that they're using Corey as a stand-in is not surprising me. At least it might have been a couple minutes ago, but not anymore.
I'm gonna message Bulba just to make sure, because I'm not 100% sure that's Corey, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll check up on that, but for now... Ben's Chug, a pretty good, solid first couple of picks coming out. ASUS Polar get the Beastmaster and the Ancient Apparition for themselves. Beastmaster starting to get picked a bit more often. I know Matt used to run it all the time. Cool, by the way. All right, cool. Good stuff. Thank you for that, by the way. And so Beastmaster, Treant Protector, Ancient Apparition. Beastmaster's getting picked up a lot by some of the European teams. I talked about when Mad was playing with basically Unknown and Denial, they were picking it up all the time just so they could get vision. They played in the off lane. I saw you play it yesterday, I believe, against ASUS. You were a support Beastmaster, which somehow worked out super well. That was nice. That was actually pretty solid.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite support players to play, or support heroes to play, actually. I don't think he's going to be support now because the Treant Protector's out, but Beastmaster is picked up, I think, just as a direct response to Juggernaut. It's a fantastic hero to Juggernaut for a number of reasons. One, you can really get in his face early on if you want to. Like, say they wanted to do some kind of aggro duel lane with Beastmaster AA, with Treant in the safe lane, protecting you, no pun intended, with his living armor. And you can easily do that because you have, one, really good auto attack damage on Beastmaster. I think it's like 62 or 50. It's high 50s or low 60s. And your attack animation is one of the best in the game. And then you have double bore at the start, which is really, really troublesome for a hero like Juggernaut, who still gets slowed through the spin. Not to mention the roar comes out. And then if you're really tricky with your plays, you can potentially have 2 boars out, 2 hawks out when he omni slashes, which is going to effectively take away at least 4 attacks, or it could, So it's a very, very good hero against Juggernaut, and I think it's just a very good hero in general too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Roar. You talked about the animation; it's huge. That hero's animation is amazing. We talked a lot about how heroes like Slark, you think that have good animation or good damage, and it just doesn't seem to be that way. But Beastmaster is a solid animation. You feel like you can get last hits. You're not going to miss anything. And I'm a big fan. But sometimes microing the double hawk, double boar can be kind of an issue, at least for me. I don't know. I feel like I'm playing StarCraft at that point sometimes. It's crazy.
The double boar I think is manageable. Double hawk is a little annoying because it always automatically binds to one key
Yeah.
or whatever you have it. So I don't think it's too bad for double boar because I think you can afford to clump those up. But double hawk is very annoying. So you basically have to click the hawks manually, which can be annoying, but if you're really quick with it and you know what you're doing, it's obviously very effective having 2 hawks up at once.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that vision, so nice to have. Team Tinker going for Wind Ranger. We saw this last game. Didn't really work out, but Wind Ranger is certainly a solid choice. Coupled up with what they have already, Vengeful Spirit for the armor reduction, Enigma, Phoenix to create some space. Shackle Shot's going to be nice to hit. They have a couple of dedicated disables, which is fine. Their draft is pretty solid. So you have Juggernaut in the safe lane, and then Wind Ranger mid, played by who is the question? I think Koikfa, maybe?
Probably Koikfa, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment. I have to answer the door, but I'll be right back in just a couple seconds.
All right, well. Shuffle. Scurry on away. We'll have the draft continuing on here as ASUS play with their last pick coming out. Silencer plus what is the question? 1 minute and 40 seconds left of reserve time. And this is interesting. This is not a draft that I would expect to see ASUS Polar pick up. When you talk about Illidan Stormrage, you see a lot of Slark, but obviously they didn't go for that in their first pick. Or any just real late game hero. And this is what we were waiting for. Something for Illidan. And Morphling is certainly that hero. Now the question is, where do we see him played? Is that a mid Morphling? And if so, will they just give him solo lane against a Wind Ranger? That seems a little difficult. The attack animation and damage a bit better for the Wind Ranger. But for the most part, Morphling has the magic damage through waveform. And obviously, power shot for the side of Koikfa. We'll see how this lane actually settles out for ASUS Polar versus Team Tinker. I'm interested to see how the Phoenix play is going to work as well. Rax is actually one of the most individually skilled players I've seen play the game, so I'm excited for his Enigma plays. And this is, when we talk about individual skill, I think Team Tinker has a very, very, very good team as far as individual skill is concerned. Koikfa is really up there. I think Corey's really good in individual skill. Drax, not to say bad things about ASUS, but they're more of a team-oriented kind of roster. It's just kind of how they play. Although Illidan has been known to take over games before with his play, he'll go for the Morphling. He goes for the Morph first. 64 plus 3 damage early on with a Wraith Band, 2 Tangos, 2 GG branches. He's got a lot of right click. What about the Wind Ranger? 58 plus 3. So actually, Morphling has a bit more base damage. The animation's a bit worse, I think, for Illidan. Just a little bit, but this is a matchup that is probably pretty even. Oh, FNG, though. Coming up in here to the top jungle. Has an Observer Ward, has 2 sentries as well. He's got to throw up 1. He's still Nature's Guys, the early Nature's Guys, and actually blocks a camp with the Sentry Ward. He blocks 2 camps with 2 Sentry Wards, and he still has an Observer Ward to place up if he wants to. Oh, they might have spotted him, though. He's got a Nature's Guys, but it's already... The jig's up. Do they have any detection? No sentries, obviously. Drax might have to pick them up because he knows Juggler is probably warded now. He'll actually buy the sentries and ferry them out to him, so... Okay, that was unfortunate that he became visible. Otherwise, they probably would have gotten away at least a minute or so without those wards being countered, so...
Okay, I'm back. Looks like I didn't miss anything too big.
Just wards. That's all you missed.
So they're warding up a lot of Enigma's jungle, it looks like. And another support silencer. Worked out very well last game that we saw.
Yeah, that was actually surprising.
Specifically Enigma. This ward is just placed, and they do ping it out. I think they should have seen it. And yep, it's going to be Bulba back on the off lane, Koikfa mid. You probably talked about this already, but...
No, not really, actually. I was really concerned about those wards, man. Listen, I was super excited about them. I don't know why.
Here we go. Mag up top. He's actually using a Hawk to block the pole camp, so it's going to be basically, or at least right now, essentially a solo Beastmaster against a Juggernaut, which is going to be somewhat troublesome for Juggernaut. At least he gets full experience. That's actually very important. But look at that. You see that if you're watching that lane already, attack animation on Beastmaster is so quick and so fast, and he hits, yeah, I was right, 62 damage. It's amazing. It's one of the better melee heroes to go up against another melee.
Double Boar already comes out. That's frightening if you're the Juggernaut, to a certain extent. But, yeah, Mag's going to be doing a pretty good time up here. They're going to have way too rotating, and they'll have to get, I think, Jirax if they want to secure a kill. Maybe if they could get Magic Missile Blade Fury and have him away from the tower, they might be able to secure the kill, but it's not the easiest lane. Koikfa has 8 last hits, seemingly out of nowhere. Okay. I see you, Koikfa. I feel like this lane's better for the Wind Ranger just because the animation's maybe a bit better.
Yeah, it is. It's better. He's got basically the same amount of damage that the Morphling does when Morphling has to morph for the agility, though. So that means he has less HP, but pretty much the same attack damage.
Big fan of the Wind Ranger currently mid, because Quake was actually just having a great time. 11 last hits, gets the null tally up, and I mean, Illidan can take over this game. We saw G on a Morphling the other day, and that was pretty solid. And we'll see how things do turn out. Pax jumping back into the call. Welcome back, buddy. Living armor on a Morphling as well. So that's actually the X factor there, is that they have the living armor to dole out between the off lane and the middle lane as well. So whenever right click is going the way of Quickfoot onto Illidan now, that can just be staved off. And Big Panda waits to actually denies the bounty rune from Mac, who would have gotten it had that right click not have gotten there. So far, this doesn't look like anything's really crazy is happening. Drax is able to counter all of the wards in the jungle here. He's able to have a free camp to work with here, and he'll continue to farm. And it may not be that 4.5, 6 level that we'll see so often from Enigmas, but he'll do, I think, just fine.
Wait, this is a one-position Treant? I missed that part when I was coming in late in the draft.
So did I, actually. I thought DK Phobos was going to be the one to farm here, but FNG is actually getting the majority of the last. He's 14, 15 last hits. How did we miss that?
I don't know. Maybe they have some kind of plan with Tree. Okay, well, first of all, their plan is to get him levels, and then he can be more effective with his living armor. That's fine, but I think you can do that without having the farm, right? So maybe they want him to get fast mana boots or fast mech and then go fight? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I will say, have you checked out how Treant is with Aghanims? It's legit, man. I've tried it out a lot. It's
you need
really
a Culling
fun.
Blade and a Gematrusa. You need vision everywhere. It's a disaster to play against.
It's 20-second cooldown, and you can use your ultimate from anywhere.
Yeah, it's
anywhere
crazy.
And it's
And
like
it does damage
AoE.
to you, doesn't it? Right? It does damage as well.
Actually.
Yeah,
it does a lot of damage.
I love that change. Actually, it makes him huge. Waveform in the middle lane. Illidan just gonna get some CS. Koifa still in the lead here, 23 CS. I think they probably give the lane a bit to FNG, and then they rotate and give DK Phobos the extra little bit of CS so that he can get up to his level 6, and maybe have FNG rotate around the map and try to go for kills with Leech Seed. Or, I don't know. I'm just surprised they're giving him the farm regardless, But I guess it works out. Lil and Bulba going toe-to-toe. Bulba's going to get Chilling, cold feet it, but doesn't proc. Now the Chilling Touch goes, and Lil, the attack speed is not there. This is going to be your first blood. He did not expect the Flame Spirit coming out from Bulba. He just kind of stayed a bit too long, and his attack speed, he might have been able to get the kill had he not gotten hit by that Fire Spirit, but unfortunately he does. The Lil goes down after getting the rune, which was definitely not worth it. And the first blood goes to Bulba and the offlane, which is huge.
Damn, that is huge, considering he wasn't really getting anything. Like, he had 3 CS, he's level 3, compared to the Beastmaster, who has 11 CS, and he's closing in on level 5. So, big kill there for Team Tinker.
And FNG picks up an early Staff of Wizardry. A lot of items you can go here.
Maybe he's just going to rush the Aghs. I don't know. I mean, that most likely something like a 4-staff, but I'm actually very curious why they're not maybe trying to be a little bit more aggressive top, like sending, say, the AA or the Silencer up top and just doing some kind of aggro dueling. Like, they could easily punish this Venge. This Venge can't do anything. Not exactly the best ganker early on. The Magic Missile, when not leveled up, and most people don't level it up early on because they prioritize the wave and things like that. He actually, okay, no, he is maxing out the Magic Missile for these first, but he's still not the best ganker, and he's definitely not a good laner. So I expected them to be more aggressive and maybe send the support up top and then try to get a kill up in the top lane. I thought it could have been quite easy, but they really want to prioritize this safe lane and want to prioritize this Treant Protector 1 position. Very odd stuff.
I don't know what he's getting. Like, that's the crazy. Like, he has 1,200 gold right now. He could honestly send the courier to the secret shop and he'd buy a point booster. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. We'll see what he does.
I mean, I will say it's legit, but something tells me it'll probably just be like a fast Yules or fast 4-staff. But, dude, I would love to see a fast Aghanims. That would be
Rush Aghanim Scepter
pretty
Tree
fun.
Protector. I don't know, like, the stat timing on that, but I'm sure it's probably never happened. And then, yeah, he's going Aghs.
Dude,
he
he's
just bought an
doing it!
Ogre Club. He just bought an Ogre Club. All right, we're in. We did it, everybody. Top lane, maybe a gank onto Mag. They're rotating. Drax has that level 6 at 6 minutes in Black Hole, but
That's
Mag is
smoke,
behind
too.
the tower. Yeah, they wasted that smoke for nothing, essentially. They have another one on them, but Belden rotates back down, gets the bounty rune. He's sort of catching up. Only about 7-8 CS down now. Got a Bala Crow a bit. He's done a bit better in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, Morphling's not a great mid hero. He really isn't. Unless you really get pampered and you get some good runes. It's just, unless you're facing a melee hero or a very weak laner, can't really exploit your very very low HP for your high damage. You just get punished. People will just right click you or use your spells on you. So like for instance, if he gets hit by a power shot right now, it's probably half of his HP.
He's got a lot of agility. 58 agility, 15 strength plus the 10 bonus coming through. Moppax points out 5 position 1 Treants all time. They're 3 and 2.
I did not expect that at all.
And I'm pretty sure the stat line for Treant Protector that goes Aghs first is 0% of games ever.
Yeah.
So well, I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out.
It used to not do anything, right? I don't think it did anything.
I don't think he had an Aghs upgrade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. So yeah, I mean, this is most certainly the first rushed Aghs Scepter in Treant history. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. That would be crazy, but I don't think anyone else has done this. So we'll see how it turns out for him. I can't wait. He has 9. He almost has 3 components of the 4. Top lane, Mag gonna get Black Hole. Jirax going to work. Sorrow comes in as well. He actually used the Omni Slash for that kill.
Yeah.
So they secure it down bottom. They're gonna jump in onto Lil as well. He doesn't have his level 6 Magic Missile coming in. Shackle Shot not latching. DK Phobos gonna get power shotted though. The right click so real. Lil getting chased down. The living armor coming through. There's the overgrowth, and they're gonna lose Bulba as well. It's actually a 1-for-1 down bottom. Now the Nature's Guy's coming out. He's solo, but he stays alive. He's going to hide in the trees. They won't be able to get the kill. Wave of Terror was on cooldown, and if he had waved in the right direction, he might have been able to get that kill. FNG backs away, gets 3 components. Meanwhile, top lane, they're pushing in, and they're looking to get this tier 1 tower. They're going to rotate Mag back in. A couple of nice ganks coming out from Tinker thus far in the game.
That was some sick juking by FNG. I think he living armored the wrong target, though. I think if he had living armored the silencer because he was the one getting focused, it might have given him some more time to get an auto attack or 2 off, or wasted their time to get a kill that they maybe couldn't have. But I think the living armor choice was just a little bit off. But nonetheless, very nice juke with that 1 value point of Nature's Guys. Definitely pays off. Mag does hit level 7. It's a big level for Beastmaster because that level 4 boar is just that much better than the level 3 one. And yeah, it's been done by 4 by Mad. They were victorious. He purchased it at 23.30. Yeah, but that doesn't seem rushed to me. This guy's going to get it at like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun to watch.
He is farmed, and they know that he's going for it. They see him building the Staff of Wizardry of the Ogre Club and the Blade of Alacrity. So if you're Bulba, you're like, okay, he's getting Aghs. How do you like deal with this? Do you just buy early Quelling Blades and just say, okay, just chop down all the trees, let's go? You have to clear the map of everything.
Well, it's funny that he would do this because like Enigma's Midnight Pulse is pretty damn good for that.
True.
He easily gets rid of that. It is a 35-second cooldown, but it's like a gigantic AoE, right? So you don't have to worry about like getting the right tree or something. Also, I don't know if you know, does Phoenix's Icarus Dive take down trees? I think does.
So. I'm pretty sure it does.
To watch, but I'm pretty sure it does. Like I said, I never play that hero. Oh, Koikfoot, he's invis. Does get the latch onto the Shackle Shot. Easy kill with the invis rune to set it all up.
Yeah, he just rotates bottom, gets a nice kill. Probably rotates back mid. Lil's gonna head top, or Illidan, excuse me. They're backing up. They have Omni Slash though, and Illidan needs to maybe be careful here. That game went 77 minutes, and he ended up with 306 last hits due to the AoE of the ulti. Pretty good. Shackle Shot into DK Phobos. Koivo walks right back into the jungle. They'll throw up the last word. DK Phobos will try to TP. He'll probably make it out. Koivo can't get this kill. Bulba's nearby, looking for FNG, who's under the tower. They could maybe dive this. They have a creep wave right underneath it. Koivo's looking for a Shackle Shot. He'll power shot first. Nature's Guys is going to go. They have a sentry. Shackle Shot's going to hit. And FNG is going to fall here. It looks like Midnight Pulse breaks down the trees. Overgrowth does get off. Bulba will take some damage. He does have his Supernova, but I don't think he needs it. They'll just use the damage of the tower. Top lane, Sorrow backs away from a potential gank from Illidan, who's been sitting up here for a long time. Waitu's going to get caught out. Wait for him, and he actually avoids the magic missile. That was sick. And now, Corey getting chased down. Illidan has a double damage rune. Corey has no meta Omni Slash. He does have Blade Fury, mind you, but is that going to save his life? I don't think so. One more right click, and that's a double kill for Illidan. That's a huge problem.
He used the mana for the healing ward, which I think they did increase the amount it costs to even cast at level 1. It's 120 mana. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it's a ton of mana to cost that healing ward. You gotta wonder, maybe if he held the mana for just Mask of Madness ulti, he could have gone for some other kind of other play or something else, but maybe he was dead altogether, because this DD on Morphling is probably one of the best carriers of DD in the entire game, because using the agility increases your base damage. So, yeah, very nice disjoint of the stun from Illidan as well. I don't even know if that was intended because he was just going to wait for him regardless.
I think
just
so.
It was just unfortunate timing there for way
Yeah,
too.
I think it was more so fortunate, like you were talking about. I don't think he did it on purpose. He's gonna get an early Yasha, by the way, for Illidan, so maybe gonna pick up a Manta style early, might just get a casual Yasha into, say, Shotgun, maybe Scotty. We'll see.
Yeah, Manta's definitely better than Linken's here because the Omni Slash will still go through the Linken's, and having the Manta gives you more units for the Omni Slash to bounce to. So that would make sense to me if that's what he wanted, if that's his route.
The one reason I like Lincoln's, although it's definitely like you're absolutely correct, is that he doesn't have the mana regeneration to maybe farm the jungle as
Sure.
fast as you would like, but you have a bottle for that and an Aquila, so I think it's fine regardless. And obviously the Manta style's huge.
Yeah,
so he'll be fine. He is actually at the top in net worth currently. He's going to replicate. It's level 2 replicate, so he can kind of be aggressive here. Let's check in on our Treant Protector, Aghs Watch for the Treant Protector. 12 minutes, still doesn't have it yet. That death kind of put him back, but he's not too far off. 400 gold, and he'll have that point booster. In fact, 300 gold now. Lil's going to keep him safe nearby. Lil's trying to go for a Midas, as you can see. 700 gold in the bank. He has his level 6, by the way.
Mm-hmm. He is missing several last hits here, but yeah, definitely a little bit more delay than he wanted to be. Morphling gets a free tower? Does he get the free tower in mid and then replicates out? Ooh, that's not good. Or that's very good for ASUS, I should say. Ice Blast.
He's going to TP top too.
Yeah, he's going to TP top. Ice Blast hits mid, and it will be a Midas for this Phoenix. He's approaching it, just 300 more gold. And yeah, I was going to say it is a little interesting having Treant against the Phoenix because it's one of the better heroes against Treant. Heroes like Phoenix or Jakiro, which doesn't get picked up very much anymore, or Batrider. Very good against the living armor, but still, I'm very curious to see how this Aghs ult plays out. He does have enough for it. Just purchased the point booster, and here we go. We're going to start to see tons of eyes coming out.
Oh man, they're going to go right into Roche too.
They see this with the Hawk. They know what's going on.
Yeah, they have an understanding. They're going to throw the Ice Blast as well. Jug is going to take a decent chunk of damage from this. That does not feel good. Roche bashes him up. He needs to be careful. He's going to pop the Healing Ward, but this is not their fight. Do anything. Corey is in trouble. They're going to mech up. Roche is so close to dead. They've got to kill it soon, and I think it should go down by the time they get there. They're not even going to contest it. ASUS Polar decide not to go into the pit. They give the Roche up, and they get the Aegis onto the Juggernaut, all while they have that level 1 ultimate, level 2 ultimate from the Treant Protector with Aghanims now. And here we go, the eyes. He's got vision everywhere. Hey.
You know, there's actually a lot of ways to cancel these trees. Like, even Windrunner can just power shot through them all the time. They did
have to put a lot of... The problem with this is that you have to spend time to get eyes in the forest everywhere. But that through the long duration of this game, I don't think it'll be a problem. They have pretty good vision right now at their bottom lane. They know that they're trying to push in. They see Drax in the back line, I believe. They actually don't see him. They just see Quake for walking up right now. They don't have vision further down into the lane, so they only see a couple of the heroes peeking their heads out occasionally. Replicate's going to get shackle shotted. They probably know it's a Replicate. Living Armor onto the tower. Ice Blast is going to go in. Overgrowth is about to go in. There it is. Ice Blast going to sail. It misses, but the Roar, they do have the Aegis onto Corey. He'll fall. Drax still silenced. The Global going to work, and Bulba might have to Supernova. He will. Meanwhile, Corey back alive. He's going to get his Omni Slash off. Gets one. Almost gets two. The shackle shot. The Black Hole onto 3. What a beautiful hole from Drax. The Icarus time, the power shot. They don't give a damn about that Ag sector. Mac is going to fall as well. 5 down all day for Tinker. Did they just win the game with that fight? I don't know, but that did some damn work for them. Oh, my lord.
I mean, it looked good. They used everything, but it was for a Juggernaut who already had the Aegis. If he didn't have Aegis, it's completely different, but he had the Aegis, man. You can't expend all your spells onto a hero that's just going to pop up and revive after that. So it was a good start, but you just have to play around the Aegis a little bit smarter, and maybe hold the silence for the Black Hole too, or something. But that was just a disaster.
And we'll have a quick look at it again with the instant replay coming out from Pimp Muckle. Pimp, what did you see there, man?
Right, yeah. Pretty much great execution actually from the Ice Blast. It was coming through right at the same time, but it didn't hit. Like 12 mentioned, every ultimate was blown up in the first few seconds of this fight. They had nothing for round 2, and well, Phoenix resets the fight. It's also actually that Corey's Juggernaut, well, he had an Aegis, so he also resets the fight, and there was no Black Hole used G-Rex. He gets a 4-man Black Hole, 3-man for most of the time, but he actually catches 4, and then it's just Quick One just going absolute bonkers. So that's pretty much what we had there. That was a nice fight by Team Tinker. I'm very impressed. Back to you, Mod.
Thanks, Pimp. And, well, I mean, ASUS, that's not... I mean, that sucks that they lose that fight, but they're still in this. They're down 10,000 net worth after that, though. Luckily, they don't lose any tier 3s. They don't lose any of their towers besides their bottom tier 2. So there is that. But as far as getting back into the game, they have a long hill to climb. Illidan's still farming pretty well, but, I mean, Koikva got so much out of that fight.
He really did. Now that was a double damage. If he gets for the Aghs Scepter, he's going to go Blink. I think Aghs Scepter is really the item for Wind Ranger as well, but... Yeah, that was a good point by Pimp as well. Like, they basically had two heroes that had essentially an Aegis. Like, obviously the Aegis on the Juggernaut, but using lots of spells, getting the Phoenix down to almost death, but then being able to pop the ultimate and then have those reset cooldowns is basically like an Aegis in itself, too. So, not only do they have to worry about the Jug coming back, but if they don't secure a kill onto the Phoenix before he casts the ultimate, then it's basically two Aegises. Or Aegises, whatever. But yeah, that was just really devastating. I still think they have the potential to take these fights. They just have to make sure that they kill these heroes when they don't have Aegis, and they make sure to pop this Phoenix before he catches that ult off, or at least kill the egg before he's able to get out of it.
I think for now, they really put all of their eggs into the Global Silence basket, and it actually didn't pan out. They were trying to get those kills, but they just couldn't connect in the fights. Positioning-wise, wasn't really there. Ice Blast is going to sail in, wait for him forward, and they actually have to Blade Fury it off and try to get out of here.
He can ulti from there. Yeah. See,
Overgrowth
right
comes in, and they walk right into the crowd. The Silence goes out as well. Adaptive Strike, big fight coming out for ASUS Polar. They get a double kill into Illidan. They do have the Phoenix get away. Wait for him on the other side. Koikva has to use his Wind Run. Yeah, that tree just did so much work for them. That Overgrowth, though, they're like, well, we might have to cut that one down. And they didn't even have DK Phobos there. He just globals across the map, and he's able to secure farm mid while it's all happening.
You can see the potential is there, man. Like, it's actually a really strong combo. They faltered a little bit in the early game, like a couple pickoffs, starting off with that one onto the AA for Phoenix. Little small things like that. Beastmaster getting... I think they could have pressured top a lot more. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think they could have done a little bit better in the top lane by sending a support there. But you can clearly see that the combo is there. It's very devastating, so long that they don't have an Aegis on the other team, and so long that they actually kill these heroes when they use all their spells.
That, I think is why it's so surprising that they let that Roshan go for nothing. They could have fought that, I think, and it would have been fine.
It would have been close. They were a little bit far away. I think if they all just rushed there, because you saw how low that Jug got. Like, he was actually almost in shatter range from taking extra auto attacks and bashes from Roshan. There you go, smoke attempt.
They're going to look for maybe DK Phobos. Maybe they're going to find out FNG. And instead, they're going to find Lil. That's a nice little target. Wave of Chair's going to go, and he'll throw up the Ice Blast. He gets on it, too. He actually has to force the... Actually, Silencer gets the kill onto Phoenix, apparently, but he's in the Supernova. Question mark? Hello? What? What just happened? Meanwhile, DK Phobos getting chased down. Mag in trouble as well. Omni Slash going to go to the Living Armor, saving him for the time being, but still goes down. The board chasing after him. TP. Morphling wants to clean this up. Drax does have Black Hole available. Wait for him from onto way to. There's going to be the silence with the last word. The right click. Now the adaptive strike. And
you know what? You know what it must have been? He must have been so low, and he had the last word on him that when he cast the Supernova, it killed him.
Died? Really? Interaction, huh?
Because the kill went to DK Phobos, so that had to have been it. I've never seen that though. Pretty interesting.
We were both like that. It says Phoenix. I heard the Phoenix die, and then it said Phoenix was dead. And then
Silencer got the kill. It had to have been the last word, and then he cast the Supernova.
Yeah. I didn't know that worked. That probably shouldn't work, but all right. Cool. Good work, DK Phobos. You figured out something that I don't know if anyone knew.
It should work like a Pugna ult, where like, oh, action top, here's an AA
He did it. He doesn't have Supernova. Adaptive Strike. He actually gets hit by the Ice Blast. That stops him right in the Ice Blast with the Adaptive Strike. What a timing from Illidan. That was beautiful.
That's an LD wow moment for sure.
Wow.
That was pretty... I actually thought he was going to miss. I was like, no, you're going to scare him off, but he actually pushed him back into it mid-Icarus dive.
That was impressive. Yeah. I was also concerned of him getting scared away, but they end up securing the kill. Bulba goes down. Illidan continues to farm top with a Replicate, which is actually now down. He has to be careful. Throw up his Manta Illusions, and Corey will continue to farm the wave. So, despite that big fight bottom, there was about a 10,000 net worth lead. It's kind of gone down to about 5,000 for ASUS Polar. They're still at a deficit, obviously, but... Oh, now the gem comes out. This is a huge pickup for Drax, and we talked about why. They need some way to bring down these trees. They have Midnight Pulse. They have plenty of ways with the Power Shot. I think Icarus Dive as well. They don't even need a Quelling Blade. And now with the gem coming out, they know exactly where these trees are. Or at least they will when they walk by them.
Yeah, and the big thing is they have very easy ways to take them down, too. Like Midnight Pulse, Power Shot. Quelling Blade still up on the Juggernaut. I think Icarus Dive takes him down. Hell, you could even swap for him if you really want to. Although I imagine you don't do that. Yeah, I'm not sold on this Bloodstone cut for Enigma though. Like Mech Bloodstone, I mean, it's hard because you don't really feel like BKB's a viable option for Enigma because there's so many ways to cancel that hole. I mean, the list goes on. There's Silence, there's the Global, there's the Treant Protector ulti, which is essentially global too, once he throws down all these eyes everywhere. There's the Roar, so maybe BKB is not the item, but I feel like more utility items to help save your team would be better, like Force Staff, Yules, maybe even a Necro or something like that. I mean, hell, Necro would be quite good against the Treant Protector, who has maxed his Nature's Guise now.
Maleficent onto Illidan, swap out Mantas. Global's gonna go. Now the Ice Blast is about to connect. Illidan in some trouble, taking a lot of right click. He's trying to morph as best as possible. Omni Slash goes and get the kill. Waveforms out. Illidan, they throw a lot there. They don't get the kill. They throw the Global in return. Now they're going to try to walk in. Mag looking for a Roar. They can't find it. They do find it on Jirax. Now the Axis, the Supernova going to go right on top. Overgrowth flying as well. Jirax about to fall. Can't get his black hole off. The Shackle shot onto 2. The Waveform away. The Supernova does get off. They do lose 1, but on the other side, FNG has already fallen. The blink forward. Quake going to find Lil as well. They've already lost FNG. Curse the Silent into Quake, but he doesn't give a damn. Another Shackle from Quake, but latches onto DK Phobos. The power shot. The double kill. Quakeful, the Wind Ginger, styling up on these heroes, and now they're going to get the Tier 1 tower as well. They don't even need a black hole. They'll probably keep pressuring if they want to.
I don't think that was ASUS' fight to take at all. They used the Global just to save the Morphling, and then they still initiated in. I don't think that was clean. And they're initiating onto a very, very tanky Enigma who has, like I mentioned, Bloodstone and a mechanism. So while I don't agree with the build, he's still quite tanky. Like, you don't want to initiate onto that, especially when your Global Silence is down. So I think that was just a misjudgment call from ASUS to go in there after the Global was down. I believe AA Blast was down as well. I mean, they had just used it. But I still think they're in an okay position. This Morphling is ridiculously farmed. Maybe they knew because the Omni Slash was down, I believe, from Juggernaut, so maybe that's why they wanted to go in. Here's this Roshan attempt, though. Ice Blast is coming, and they're already on top of this.
Yeah, but they need to rotate there quickly. There's no trees that can take them and overgrowth them. If they actually use a tree up here, I think it overgrowths. It's an 800 radius.
Very good. You just have to get there.
Yeah, so they kind of have a lapse in judgment. Roshan's already at half health, but I think it's time to fight. Overgrowth's back up again. Jirax does have hole, but they're not going to go in again. It's going to be Roshan falling, and Corey will get the Aegis. And yeah, it was too low. They couldn't get there in time, and now with another Aegis, they hope they don't make the same mistake twice. They'll back away. Jirax doesn't have a Blink Dagger. They can't get to the high ground. They will Midnight Pulse. They're going to take down some wards, some trees as well. If they have a Quelling Blade, which they don't. So they only have Midnight Pulse every couple of seconds, and, you know.
Yeah, what you need to do is have someone force this. Do they have a Force Staff on their team? They don't. So he needs to, and he's not building one. He's building a Refresher, actually. That's pretty sick. But yeah, that's a really sick spot to get that eye up onto him. But he's got no way, unfortunately. The problem with it is that the cast range is very, very low. Like, you have to be pretty much right next to the tree to cast it. Like right next to the tree. Blade coming out from your Morphling.
There it is. 25 minutes. Illidan's pretty farmed. He's in fact the most farmed hero in the game, but they have been kind of lacking in damage. This will at least rectify that for one hero. The problem is there's a lot of tanky heroes here. And like we talked about Drax the Bloodstone, even the Juggernaut is pretty tanky at this point, so it'll do some damage. Will it be enough is the question. They'll smoke up. This is their time to fight. They want to go directly into the Aegis, into the black hole of Team Tinker, and try to fight and maybe win with a global silence. However, Team Tinker seem to know that something's up. They're going to back up to their Tier 2 tower into the top lane. There was no ward that spotted out that Smoke of Deceit gank. They just see them that they're off the map. There's a couple of wards in the jungle, so they know that they're not farming here. They're not farming over here. They're not farming the bottom lane. Mid lane is missing as well, but Corey is going to walk out. Will they spot him? Mag, I'm not sure if he sees him here. I think they do. They know. Corey is realizing that I might just lose my Aegis here. Ice Blast is going to fly as well. The Axes.
I think they kill him and back up. Well, they have Global. All right, we'll see.
Wow, the Ethereal Blade kills him instantly. They even get the Overgrowth onto 2. They're going to get ball, but they're going to get the Venge as well. Wow, that Ethereal Blade damage.
Well, I was wrong. Dear God, I did not know it would do that much damage. I thought maybe he could Manta or something.
I think he mastered Madness before he died, didn't he?
Oh, you know what? He cast the Blade Fury early on, I think. No, I don't know. But either way, something wasn't. That was so much damage. on to that Jug.
He got overgrowth, didn't even have time to get out of it. He just stood there and died. Yeah, sure, we'll send it over. Pitmunkle, give us another look at that kill and that fight in general for ASUS Polar.
Alright, so, well, you know, Courage just happily farming away. And now I just wanna remind everyone how fast he's actually dying. He's got 1.4k HP. He didn't use Mouth of Madness. He gets Rod. There's an ultimate flying in, and he dies in 2 seconds at the first time. Now the second time is gonna be even faster. Everyone just grouping up. FNG is on the high ground, pretty nicely done, and he just gets blown up in like half a second. That was crazy. Actually, Mod, there's some action. Let's go.
Yeah, looks like there was. The TP's into the mid lane, and they actually pushed back Illidan. He looked like he might have gotten jumped on, but Ice Blast is going to win. He's going to jump on a Koik with the Ice Blast. He's going to shatter. They swap him in. Illidan doesn't have mana to replicate. Oh, that was not worth it, I don't think. He goes down. That's a mega kill streak for the Juggernaut. And that was cool to begin with, but did that end poorly? Oh, man.
I don't know the need waveform for into that kill. I think he was going to die to the Shatter. It is level 2. There's a Blink picked up on the Enigma. That's a pretty good item. I like that one. But yeah, I don't know that he needed to be aggressive and walk into that. There's a Necro 2 onto the Mag. He's almost got Necro 3 as well, which is going to be obviously very good. More minions and more stuff for this Juggernaut ulti to be bounced too. And just the mana burn would be very effective too.
And it feels like Team Tinker should have a bit more of a lead than they do. They have four of the top 5 in net worth go to Team Tinker. The only one that is kind of slacking is the Vengeful Spirit, which I don't blame her. Somebody has to play support on this squad, and it's going to be the Venge. So she's down at the bottom. Morphling up at the top with 15,000 net worth. And then everyone else from ASUS Polar is below that. So it feels like Team Tinker have a bit more to work with here, but they're just not taking the fights they need to take. Ever since that fight down in the bottom lane, they've gotten a couple of fights going their way, kind of, but there's been a few trades here and there. So kind of an interesting little game.
I forgot too. They grabbed that the gem from Jug as well, which is really huge.
Oh, wow.
So being able to not have at least vision of where these eyes are placed is going to be very effective. And yeah, if he keeps these eyes in front of towers too for defensing or for defense purposes, like we saw before, it sets up really, really easy Ice Blasts.
Ooh, they missed the they know that tree's there, but they missed the tree that Koifu was trying to power shot, so they have to not be close to that tree. They're gonna they power shot it again. Now it's dead, and
he can put up another eye right here, right where he's standing.
Like here's fine.
And that will be in range, or he can just even put on tower. It's a huge range. I think it's 800.
800 radius. Yeah, Corey is walking kind of close. He does have Blade Fury as Manta style as well. He's trying to bait this out. Meanwhile, Illidan gets a free tier 2 tower and keeps going. They're trying to push this tier 1 tower, and they're losing a lot in the process. I'm not sure. TPs. This is not the fight. Yeah, and they definitely can with Overgrowth. Now, if you're a Tinker, you have to back smartly here. They're right next to a tree with Bulba. Everybody, they're gonna try to TP out. Will they get the Overgrowth off? They're not gonna use it. They're both being very cautious. Jirax is gonna back away. Ice Blast misses. You have Corey nearby. The Morphling got the tower, and then he went top. He's trying to go. And Corey's gonna get Blade Furied. He's gonna try to TP away. Maybe they get Bulba out. That took a long time to disengage. And when that was happening, they lose their tier 3 tower in the mid lane. That's a huge pickup for Illidan. Tier 2 and a tier 3? Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was, don't get me wrong, it was very, very good for ASUS, but that could have been disastrous. Say they walk to the right a little bit and like 2 or 3 people TP around this eye spot, they lose Rex. And they probably lose those heroes that just try to TP and got Overgrowth too. So while it was very, very good for ASUS, it could have been just disastrous for Team Tinker. So at least they've all backed up together and minimize their losses.
They dodge a bullet there. They can buy another gem here within 29 seconds, so that'll come back off cooldown. The respawn timer for the gem will be up in just a short order, so they still have the gem up on the Treant Protector, who also has 1,300 gold with almost a full Refresher Orb plus Aghanim Scepter on your Treant Protector, because why not? It's pretty good. Also, damage at its 3rd level. Does it say anywhere what the damage is? Can't find it. Unfortunate. No, oh well. Overgrowth on what was that? Was a misclick. That was most definitely a misclick, I think. See that?
Sorry, what? I was.
FNG just overgrowth randomly for no reason.
Well, what I've seen a lot of people do is if you put trees in the lane, right when the creeps come, if you overgrowth, I'm not sure about level 2, but I'm pretty sure it just kills off the creep wave. So
okay.
You can just Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You can just farm camps. That's a really good point.
I guess
God,
he
there's
has
so many
one on.
things
Yeah,
you
he has
could
one
do.
on every camp. Yeah, he has one on every camp. He farms the entire jungle by just doing that. And I'm not talking about just the regular his jungle. He farms the dire jungle as well. That's absurd. All right,
This is
well,
actually so sick, man. Like the possibilities are endless with what you can do with this Aghs ulti.
he could just do this on cooldown too. He could just farm jungle camps on cooldown, and just take away all of the farm from any hero on the map, just like that.
Oh
Absurd.
my god, this is.
He needs a
this is so
refresher orb
sick.
now too.
If he hits, I wonder if he can take out like some of these bigger ones easily with level 3 ulti, because right now it's only level 2 and it does it's only 3.75 seconds, so it'll go up almost a full second up to 4.5, which obviously increases the damage. So pretty sick stuff, man. Like I said, I love the concept of the Aghs Treant. I don't think I've ever personally seen it come into play, and I've certainly never seen it come out first from a farming Treant protector. So this is really fun for me personally.
Yeah, this is great to watch, and I imagine a lot of people are going to start playing this hero and building it this way afterwards. But I really want him to use it again. They're going to go top now. Illidan gets a double damage when they get the tier 1 tower. First Treant refresher ever in Pro Dota with a smile on the face. Pax probably as excited as we are about this game.
Really?
And I guess so.
That's crazy to me.
I feel
I'll
like
tell
that seems wrong, but knowing Pax, his stats are generally right on the money. So
Oh no, I definitely believe him. I just think that seems so weird to me.
yeah, I agree. It's definitely strange. And they're going to push top now. So the refresher, Aghanim Scepter Treant Protector, the first in the history of this game, at least in a competitive situation, is already working out somewhat well. And they actually have a Skydia now in the Morphling as well. So they have look at the vision on this map right now. If you hit the F2 button, you see everything currently. They see almost the entire map with the exception of near that tier 2 tower in the top lane and in the base. You look at the vision for Tinker, they have nothing on the map. They have absolutely nothing.
How do I un-F2, by the way?
F1, I believe it gives you both.
Okay, thank you. I was freaking out there for a second.
And they're going to take another tier 2. This is the last tier 2 tower, and Tinker are not going to defend. They're looking to rotate over now, but they're a bit late to the party. Glyph's going to come out. They have Swap, it's level 2, but they're not going to go further. They have Replicate. Overgrowth goes. He's farming the jungle again.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, Overgrowth in a shotgun. Illidan picks up, and then
I didn't see
for his
Quick Guy.
troubles, he gets a regen rune bottom. Oh my god, this is insane. And as you mentioned too, it takes out a number of the neutral camps, leave some of the bigger ones at half HP, but still hurts him up a little bit. Illidan taking some damage. There's actually a global coming out. I think they thought they were going to go on Morphling, and it ends up being I believe a wasted silence. I don't think anything else was happening. So a little bit of a blunder there, but yeah, but still not the biggest deal in the world. Does pick up his Aghanims for silencer, which is good. It's going to apply some more damage and stop blinks from, say, the Enigma and the Wind Ranger.
Illidan's going to take Roche. He's going to have his illusions tank it. And I don't know. There's no way Tinker know this is happening. They'll maybe try to push out and get here. And even with silence down, ASUS doesn't seem to be too concerned. They're taking Roche so fast that it doesn't even matter. Scotty's slowing the attack speed, the damage that the Morphling pumps out, which is about 300 at this point. He's going to get the Aegis. He'll drop the bottle on the ground. This is Aegis Cheese, mind you, at 35 minutes into the game. They'll give Cheese to maybe Lil, who, by the way, has Midas plus Aghanim Scepter. They're getting a ton of items now. They're getting right back into this game. They have the lead for the first time in the game in net worth. It's about 5,000. Experience-wise, it's even. This has been a crazy type of game. Lots of weird stuff happening. And Team Tinker, I would be flustered if I was them as well. Like, how do you deal with the enemy having vision over the entire map when you can't get out of the base and you can't counterward? You can't use your gem that you want to use so desperately.
Did they buy another gem? I'm looking. Okay,
they have
just
one
bought
on the stash of the Enigma.
Yeah. See, that was really the turning point of the game when they killed that Juggernaut and took his gem. Because once they lost that gem, it really exploded with all this vision. Here we go. Swap onto Illidan. No global silence, but he is morphing strength. He has an Aegis, by the way.
They're going to blow him up. Pink Panda way too dies to the overgrowth of the right click from the illusions. He's going to Ethereal Blade himself. He'll stay alive. The Shiva's Guard He's going to wait for him away. Doesn't get across the tree line, though, and he should die. It is the Aegis, but he'll be super tanky. Meanwhile, bottom, like, guess what's happening? Mag is split pushing with a Necro 3. Now the Black Hole comes into Illidan, but they might lose the tier 3 in the process. Ice Blast is going to come through. He's going to try to wave out. He can't make it. He does just in time. He's got 250 HP. They can't kill him. And Lil's going to try to fight this. Supernova's back up. They have Omni Slash. They're going to use it, but ready. Illidan eats the cheese. He's back to full health. And now FNG chasing him down. There's the global coming through. They're going to try to TP out. They will make it away. Jirak's going to fall to the right click. They have to buy back on Koikva. They've already lost the range racks down bottom, and they're going to look to put pressure top lane on the racks here with the tier 3 tower. Oh, man.
Oh, they gave him the cheese after the Aegis popped too, and then he immediately starts morphing into agility to be that right-click carry that he is. Really sick stuff coming out from ASUS. And Illidan's putting some more pressure onto the mid-racks. Global was used. Here comes the Icarus Dive plus Sheebas. It's just not going to be enough. And that's an easy double racks, essentially, for Team ASUS. The melee racks is getting poked at by the Siege creep. And it will regen if they can keep it there long enough, or if they can fend off these creeps long enough. But man, some really fun, cheeky stuff coming out from ASUS, and it's definitely working out in their favor.
This is absurd, and it's so cool to watch just to see this Aghs Refresher Treant go to work. The Overgrowth Illidan gets so much room to work with Ethereal Blade going, boom, shakalaka, see you later. Bulba, you are donezo. Morphling gets the kill easily. They have one Treant ult to use, but no double Refresher coming out. And Koikva needs to be careful. He has the Aghs and he has the Crystal. Something we haven't talked about is the amount of base damage or the amount of damage Koikva can pump out with Focus Fire. It's not really, it doesn't matter. I just don't see how they can fight into this. They lose their melee racks bottom. Illidan still has to replicate. He could be up in the front lines. He's going to get healed up with the living armor. He'll back up for the time being. Meanwhile, DK Phobos pushing out top lane, also going for the refresher. But you're down 2 sets of racks. It's short of a miracle for Team Tinker. I don't know how you get back into this game. Overgrowth is going to go on the backside somewhere. Not sure. I think they might have just been pushing out and farming for FNG because they didn't get it on any of the heroes in the base. They only have one tree here. I don't think it hit anybody.
Yeah, I think it's honestly for farming purposes. And if you look at the net worth, he's actually the 3rd highest farmer in terms of net worth in the game. That's pretty sick. Well, it's actually juggling back and forth, but no, I think he actually just dropped something, so never mind. There's Boots of Travel. Boots of Travel, Blink, Refresher, Aghs on the Treant. My god, one of the most farmed Treant, probably the most farmed Treant I've ever seen. There's a DD rune up top, by the way, for this Morphling if he wants it, so he'll be hitting for about 600 damage if he picks that up.
They even have a tree near both of the runes, so they have complete vision of just everything. Just everything, man. There's like a little bit of a dark patch in the middle lane, a couple dark patches here and there, but for the most part, this is just, it's exactly what you would want in a game of Dota. It's like a map hack, pretty much, for FNG. So they're going to walk top. The last set of racks is on the menu here for ASUS Polar. They could probably wait for Roche if they want to. There's going to be 3 refreshers in this game before it's over, more than likely. Beastmaster's building one. We already talked about the Silencer getting his first Oblivion Staff. And obviously, you have FNG with the Refresh Orb, so... Nice. 3 refreshers on the same team. What a game. What a world we live in.
Yeah, this is really fun to watch. It's a great draft too when they were down so much. Oh, he's gonna have to cast it because the gem is out.
He got caught out.
He's okay. Swap
he's gonna refresh.
Double ulti.
Global Silence is gonna come. Ice Blast. Is he gonna hit? Yes, it will. On to 2. Corey does get the kill. Drax is gonna try to TP away. Adaptive Strike. Corey does stay alive. Looks like Waitu will not be so lucky. This Supernova. See you later. It looks like it's gonna fall. No, but they get the kill on Corey. Sam does get out. It looks like Icarus Dive going to go through. TP coming back, and they buy back on Corey. Waveform out. ASUS Polar overextending a bit. Corey walking back in. Omni Slash ready to can't find a target for it. Lil and Illidan. Adaptive Strike comes in. Omni Slash goes. There's going to be the Black Hole catching on to 2. Beautiful fight from Team Tinker. They're back in it. They get 3 quick kills. Mag getting chased down. Maleficent, and that's going to be the 4th kill. TP does come out from the Silencer. He stays alive. They lose the gem. And now, finally, Team Tinker have some room to breathe. They can get outside of the base. They can start countering all these trees. They can chop them down. But more so than anything, they get room where Illidan's not up in their grill, killing them left and right. Big fight for Team Tinker.
Yeah, they did expend the Juggernaut buyback. It was a really nice ultimate from Jarex. It barely clipped the Morphling in the background. If it didn't, it would have been a massive exchange and win for ASUS. But in the end, it ends up being kind of even because the Juggernaut had to buy out. And they did expend their global onto the Silencer. But it's actually not the longest cooldown in the world. It's only 130 seconds. Compare that to, say, something like the Black Hole, which is 180 at level 3. and he's going to have his refresher in just about, what, 700 gold or so?
Yeah, yep,
So that's going to be 2 overgrowths, 2 globals, and then of course the Morphling, who just trucked that Juggernaut with the Ethereal Blade to the face as he's trying to kill the Supernova. And then you saw at the beginning of that fight too, the Juggernaut lost all his mana to that Book 3 and couldn't use the ultimate before he died, which is a big reason why they lost that fight.
Treant ulti he just did made him 1,100 gold. He just used it to farm. The only thing that's living in the jungle currently are the mud golems, the stupid idiot things they are, staying alive.
This is a level 2 ultimate too. Like, he's not even getting the full damage out of it, and he's only
so
level
close
15.
He's close to level 16 too. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in time, you have to wonder how that level 3 ultimate's going to impact the game and whether Team Tinker can survive it. They have to get some huge fights. DK Phobos going to get jumped on with the Blank Malefice. He is a haste rune, so it's tough to bring him down. Also get living armor. Meanwhile, Illidan's got a bot's top, who is got a Butterfly and Ethereal Blade. He's now got an Ogre Club for probably a BKB.
Mm-hmm.
He's level 25. He is hitting at 350 damage per right click. That's absurd.
And he still has 2,000 HP with 41 armor because of all the agility. So that means that, like, the backlash of morphing into all agility is obviously the spells hurt you a lot. But the primary source of damage from Team Tinker is this Juggernaut. So having 41 armor is totally fine by Illidan.
Illidan up to the top lane. Replicate's out. Does a lot of damage to the tier 3 forces. The glyph, that's actually pretty big. And the rest of Team Tinker have to run all the way back up. BKB now finished for the Enigma, but at this point, double silence, double roar, double overgrowth. Does the silencer has his refresher flying out? So there's going to be 3 refreshers in just about 5 seconds here.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know, while we've got a second here, let's send it over to Pitmunkle. Gonna replay that last top team fight for us.
Actually, hate to say it, but I just wanted to show once again how crazy tanky this Morphling was back there. So they just blew everything onto him. They had a swap, he was morphing, he still had like 3k HP, over 30 armor actually. Meanwhile, just Treant killing someone just due to his ultimate, it was crazy. Illidan survives for seconds, meanwhile everyone was just killing the bottom tier 3. Actually, not everyone, but it was solely Mag. And Necrobook is pretty good. He respawns with an Aegis, he's still not done, Mag is still just destroying stuff with everything he had there, with the Necrobook especially. And what could they do? Well, they had to blow an ultimate, and he survived due to the cheese. That was such a close call. He was down to sub 100 HP, I think. Well, it was around 300, but let's face it, that's pretty much it. And you know what, Mod? Let's go send it back to the live broadcast. Thanks for that.
They're going to initiate. Way 2 lives with 20 HP. The roar coming in. That'll be onto Corey, but where's the follow-up coming through? The global silence going to go. He Mantis out of it. They run away for the most part. Blade Fury's out of it as well. And that's going to be it. They're going to just let this Rax go, maybe? They're going to try to initiate. Shackle Shot misses as Illidan waveforms through it. Range Rax is already dead. Just like that, they throw a couple of abilities. They don't use anything really other than the Global Silence, which they have a refresher. It's already ready to go again. They roar. They probably refresh that as well. They did. So they have another set of items to work with, or another set of abilities, rather. And Illidan could just kind of keep sieging up into the high ground, trying to take this melee Rax. And I don't think there's anything Team Tinker, short of initiating, could do to fight into this.
Yeah, it's 1 Rax left, 1 hope. It's the melee one, but they need a basically god hole on 5 heroes. That's what they need. And that's what they're going to try to go for here. Smoked up, at least one of them is still. Jerax, there's no overgrowth.
Comes in, the Blink Dagger coming out from Jerax, and another roar on the backside under Corey. Does have his Omni Slash taking a lot of damage, doesn't have the mana anymore. Oh, the Necro, they have to back away. The Supernova expended, no usage of that black hole. Corey dies to the Global Silence. Corey dies to the Global with the Aghanim Scepter. He has no buyback. If there was any way. Oh, man. That's unbelievable. That should be it, man.
And if you see just how fast he gets mana burn, people forget this, but the attack, the Inner Beast Aura, which gives 45 attack speed to everything around you, those Necronomicons are hitting so fast that he burns all his mana instantly. Pretty much, anyway. And there's the GG call. Nothing they could do. It's a pretty impressive thing. Here comes a black hole, a celebratory one. Not really celebratory, but just a frustration black hole, if anything. As Aces take a game, and I can't say convincing fashion, but definitely in style.
That was impressive. First time we've seen that strategy come out. A rushed Aghanim Scepter for the Treant Protector, who finishes off his refresh orb probably about 25 to 30 minutes into the game, and proceeds to cover the entire map with his eyes onto the trees. Nowhere is safe to farm for Team Tinker. They get vastly out-leveled, vastly out-farmed in the end of the game. They can't do anything to fight, and in the end, Illidan's able to take over and carry like he usually does. ASUS Polar with a victory. Guys, we're going to jump right into game number 2. Make sure you stick around. If you like the cast, make sure you follow us on Twitter, @MottDota, @TralfDota, @PitMuckle, @MottPax as well. For more information, check out DotaPit.com, Twitter.com/DotaPit as well, and highground.tv for more information. We'll see you in just a second, guys.